Good morning, students. My name is M.S. Somshekar from Nilambika Girls High School, Sirigare. Today, I will teach you a poem from the 10th Standard English. So that is Jaws Poem 2. Jaws Poem 2 is written by the poet Carl Wendell Heinz Jr. This poem is written by Carl Wendell Heinz Jr. He is one of the famous poets in English. In this poem, he has written about the author Jaws. Jaws is a black man and also a musician. He was a black man and also a musician. Why it is named as two? Because Carl Wendell Heinz has already written one more poem before this in the name Jaws poem. This is the second poem he has written about the Jaws poem. So that's why it is written as Jaws poem 2, because one more poem already written by the same writer about the Jaws poem. So it is written as the Jaws poem 2, written by Carl Wendell Heinz Jr. Let's see what is in the poem. The poem is very simple, but this poem, the hero of the poem is Jaws. He was a black man, very pathetic figure. He has little words to say. He has a lot of interest to live, but apart from all those things, he is a very good musician. He was very artistic in music. A very good musician. He has a power to attract anybody to listen to his music. Such a musician he was. Let's see what is in the poem. So see, first I will read out the poem. I will recite the poem. Please follow me. There he stands, see, like a black ancient mariner, his wrinkled old face so full of avarice of living is turned downward with closed eyes. His frail color, faded blue, old shirt turned dark with sweat, and the old necktie undone drops loosely about the worn. Old jacket, just barely holding his sagging stomach in yard. His run-down shoes have papers in them, and his rough, unshaven face show pain in each wrinkle. But there he stands, in self-brought solitude, head still down, eyes still closed, ears perked, untrained upon his vast line far across his chest lies an old alto saxophone, supported from his neck by a wire coat hanger, gently lifts it now to parted lips, see, to tell all the world that he is a black man, that he was sent here to preach the black gospel of God, Jaws, now preaching it with words of screaming notes and chords. He is no longer a man, no, not even a black man, but a bird, one that gathers his wing, flies higher, until he flies away or come back to find himself a black man again. It's very beautiful and very simple poem. Jaws poem 2 by Carl Wendell Heinz Jr. Let's see stanza by stanza. So what is the summary of the poem? In this poem, the poet is the speaker. Who is the speaker? The poet is the speaker. Who is the poet? Carl Wendell Heinz Jr. is the poet. He speaks here. He says, there he stands, see. The poet says, see, there he stands. Who is standing there? Jaws is standing there. He asked the readers to see, there he is standing. Who is standing? Who is standing there? George is standing there. How did he stand? Like black ancient mariner. Like, how did he stand? Like black ancient mariner. Was this black ancient mariner? Black ancient mariner is a character that comes in the Samuel Cornett's writings. A famous writer, Samuel Cornett, in his writing, there is a character, black ancient mariner. The same way he was standing. How was he standing there? He was compared to George poem standing there compared to ancient mariner, black ancient mariner in Cornett's writing, in Cornett's poem. In Samuel Cornett's poem, there was a character, its name was Black Ancient Mariner. The same way he was also standing. He was standing, George was standing there like, just like black ancient mariner in Cornett's poem. His wrinkled old face, his face is wrinkled. Wrinkled means sukkagattal. So when do we have a wrinkled face? When we become age old. So when we lose our age, if you become above 60 or 70, definitely our skin will get wrinkled. That's called old age people have a wrinkled faces. It means George is an old man. George is an old man. How do you say he is an old man? Because he had a wrinkled face. Wrinkled face. So naturally, the old people have a wrinkled face. Here, the George having a wrinkled face. So full of wearies of living. His face is, if you look at the face, you can say his face is full of wearies of living. It means he has no interest in living. He is a very pathetic figure. He looks very sad because there is a saying in English, face is an index of mind. Face is an index of mind. If you see at any face, you can see how was his mind, how will be his mind. By seeing the face of the George, we can say that he is a pathetic figure. He has lost interest in living. That's why his wrinkled old faces show he is full of wearies of living. He is full of wearies of living. It means he has lost enthusiasm. He lost interest in living. He don't want to live for long because he had lost interest in living. Turned downward with closed eyes. So he turned downward his eyes. Eyes never open like this. They are closed downward. His head as well as his eyes were looking downward. Because he had no interest to see or enjoy anything of the nature. So he lost interest in everything of the life. So his head as well as his eyes looks downward like this. It shows George has lost interest in everything, especially in the living. Is frayed colored. Is frayed collar. Frayed collar is, see there is a collar for a shirt. It is frayed, open up. There is a threads of the cloth are showing. It means he has a torn shirt. The shirt was very ragged and torn. Ragged. And torn shirt. Arida, Chindiada. Collar he has wearing. He had a shirt. That shirt had a collar, but collar through this collar cloth, threads are showing. It means it is a ragged cloth. It is a torn cloth. It shows he was a very poor. He is not only aged but also poor. You can say he is aged because his face are full of wearies, wrinkled faces. Moreover, he is a poor. He is wearing a torn and ragged cloth. It shows he is a very poor man. Wrinkled old face, so full of wearies of living, is turned downwards with closed eyes. And his frayed color means I already told you, it is torn out color, faded blue. This shirt was faded, full of dirt, dusty, ಕೊಳಕಾಗಿದೆ. Because of sweat, dark, faded blue shirt turned dark. This blue shirt turned dark. ನೀಲಿ ಬಣ್ಣದ ಶರ್ಟ್ ಕಪ್ಪು ಬಣ್ಣದ ಶರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬದಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಡರ್ಟ್, ಕೊಳೆಯಿಂದ. ವೈ? ಡರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ sweat. Sweat means dirt. So as was sweating, naturally our shirt become faded. The same way, his shirt was faded to dark. The blue shirt faded into dark because of his sweat. And the old necktie, he was wearing a necktie. It was old one. The necktie he was wearing was old. It was not new, it was old. Why? So as you see, he has not interest in living. He was a very old, very poor man, old man. So he was wearing a necktie undone drops. So loosely, he wore loosely. He didn't have a stiff. It is a loosely wearing, undone drops, loosely about the. So it is loosely about the old jacket. And also he is wearing a loose old jacket. He is also wearing a jacket upon his shirt. It is also very loose. Just how much close? Just barely holding his sagging stomach in. That old jacket was just holding his sagging stomach. Sagging stomach is hanging. Is hanging. The stomach is hanging to his body. It's just holding his body, his stomach like this. That was the jacket. The jacket was like this. And his run-down shoes. Yeah, his run-down shoes. He also wearing shoes, but the shoes also torn out. So there are also old one and torn out, through which through the shoes we can see the paper in them. We can see the paper in them. In front of the shoes we can see the paper in them. His rough, unshaven face shows pain. He is also having a his face having a rough. Why is rough? He did not shave his beards. He has a beard in his face due to unshaven, because it was rough. And it shows pain, in which we can see the pain. In each wrinkle, ಪ್ರತಿ ಮುಖದ ಸುಕ್ಕಿನಲ್ಲೂ we can see pain. ನಾವು ನೋವನ್ನು ಕಾಣಬಹುದು. ಅಷ್ಟು ದುಃಖಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ. In each wrinkled face, but there he stands. So there he stands in self-brought solitude head. Self-brought. So it is self-brought. Solitude means alone. So alone he stands. He simply alone he stands. Still down, still his house down. Still closed ears. Perked. Closed. Still down, still closed. His eyes down and closed. And ears perked. Ears perked means. So ears perked means brighter. His ears are brighter. You can listen anything. Perked, trained upon the bass line. But he was trained, very well trained the bass in the music. For across his chest lies. What was lying across his chest? An old alto saxophone. What is an old alto saxophone? Alto saxophone was one of the musical instruments that he was using. So it was lying on his chest. Support from his neck. It was support from his neck. By where he has tied a wire to the saxophone and hanging it to his neck. Support his hanger. Gently lifts it now. So smoothly lifts it. He lifts the saxophone. Brought to his lips, his parted lips, opened lips, and put it and started to blow the saxophone. blow the saxophone. See, to tell all the world through his music, he can't speak with language. Whatever he wanted to say, he wanted to say through his music because very powerful in music. Through his music, he wanted to tell the whole world what he was. That he is a black man. What did he want to say through his music? Through the music, he wanted to say to the people of the world that he was a black man. That he has sent here, he has sent to this world to preach, to tell the black gospel of Charles. Black gospel. Gospel means religious music. She was preaching to the people of the world about the not gospel but black gospel of Charles. So gospel is a musical, so religious music that he wanted to preach to the people, that black music, black religious music to the people of the world, because there is a color discrimination among the people. Though he is a black, but as a musician, he was very, very great person. Very great person. Now preaching with words of screaming, not preaching with the words, but preaching with the words of screaming notes and chords. Notes and chords is that are musical, musical words, musical tunes. Especially notes and chords. He is no longer, while he was blowing the music, while he was playing the music, he flies away, imagines to the other world that he was no longer a man. So how did he assume? So while he was preaching the black gospel through his music, now he assumes that he was no longer a man, not a man, not even a black man, but a bird. He thought he was not a man at all, he was a bird, one that gathers his wing. He imagines he has gathered the wing like a bird, and his wings, and flies. With his wings, he flies high, higher he flies. Through the imagination of music, he felt he was a bird and fly higher until he flies away. At last he flies away, or come back to, or at last he come back to himself to find himself. So when he come back after flying, then he come to know that he was not a bird. Once again, he was a black man again. I think you are understood. Shall I repeat once again? The first stanza, the poet says, see, there he is standing. Who is standing there? Yes, George is standing there. Whom was he compared to? He was compared to ancient monarch in Samuel College's time. So his face was wrinkled. It was a old face. It was full of wearies of living. It means he has lost interest in life. He has lost enthusiasm of life. So he is turned downward with closed. His eyes are closed and is looking downwards because he has lost interest in it. The first stanza we can see that there is standing. A person was standing was Jaz. He was compared to his standing style was compared to Samuel College, ancient mariner. He lost interest in life because his head is looking downward, his eyes are looking downward. So old shirt turned dark, sweat, and the old necktie undone. Old necktie was wearing. It is also loosely wearing. About old jacket. Also wearing a old jacket. Old jacket. So jacket just hanging, holding his hanging stomach. The stomach was very big one. It was just holding the stomach. Yeah. So his run down shoes are torn. Here is the shoes. A paper through him. There was a paper through his shoes. He has wearing shoes. In the shoes there are so many papers. And also his face was rough because he was not shaved his beard. His face was rough. So all these features shows that his wrinkled face, old face, looking down face, and closed eyes, unshaven face, sagging stomach, his dress, his face, everything shows that he had lost interest in life. His physical appearance, his physical appearance, and his dress code, his torn shoes, loose tie, loose and that fair colors, and the sagging stomach was worn in just jacket. So all these physical features and his dress shows that he has lost interest in living. He has no enthusiasm towards life. Become he was very painful. He was very pain towards his life. That pain can see in each wrinkle face, in each wrinkles, in each wrinkle of his face. We can see his face is pathetic. In each and every wrinkle, he had a pain. There is a pain, but there he stands. Though his appearance was like that, there he stands. In self brought solitude head. So alone he stands. He is not with anybody. He is full of worries, full of problems, but he was standing there. Still down eyes, still closed ears. Still down eyes, still closed. His eyes are still down and closed. So even after this, his eyes are down and closed. Ears perked, but ears are very attentive. Trained upon the brass line. He was very much trained in the brass, especially in music. For across his chest, because across his chest there was an old saxophone line, which was supported from the neck by a wire, because it was supported from the neck. He was hanging to the neck with the support of the wire coat hanger. Gently lifts, just smoothly lift it. What did he lift? Lift the saxophone towards his mouth, towards his parted lips. He put it and began to blow the saxophone. Began to blow the saxophone. Through this music, because especially as a musician, as a physically he was very weak, very old and pathetic figure. But when it comes to music, he was a great musician. Through his music, because as a pathetic figure, he don't want to speak to anybody, but through music, he wants to tell something. That he wanted to tell the whole world that he is a black man. What do you want to say through his music? Through his music, through the old saxophone, he wants to say that he was a black man. And that he has sent here, the God has sent on the earth, him to preach the black gospel. Gospel means a religious music. Black gospel of jazz. What do you want to say, preach? Black gospel of jazz. Now preaching it with words of screaming notes and chords. So how do you want to preach? You don't want to preach that music, gospel, not through the words, but through the musical chords and notes. So while he was playing the music, he imagines and assumes that he was no longer a man. He was no longer a man. Not even a black man, not even a black man, not a man, but a bird. What would he feel? While he was playing music, he feels he was a bird. That one gathers his wings, that he gathers his wing and flies. Flies. Higher he flies. Until he fly away. Or come back. At last he come back to find himself. That he was not a bird. It was just imagined. It is his imagination. So it is fantasy. Actually come to reality, and when the music was over, once again he feels that he was not a bird, but he was once again a man, but a black man again. Okay. So what do we learn from this poem? From the poem from Carl Hindle Heinz Jr., the jazz poem too shows that he was an old man, poor man, a musician feels he feels he has a message to the people of the world. Though he is a pathetic figure, but at the same time he was a commanding artist, a very good artist. He has a power to make the people to listen. He has a power if he started to blow the music, play the music. He has a power to make the people to listen. He had a gift. It is a rare gift to the God, not many possess such a great musician was. He is silent in speech, though he is silent in speech, but eloquent in music. Though he is a very pathetic figure, no interest in life, but he comes as a musician, definitely as a great musician. Through this music, he can speak to anybody. And also imagines that he was not an ordinary man. He was a man sent by the God to here to preach the black gospel. So he imagines that he was not a man, not a black man at all, but he imagines like a bird that flies higher. At last, when he comes down, then he comes to the reality that he was no longer a bird, but once again he was a man. That is black man. That is the imagination of the poet. So in this poem we can see that there was a discrimination between the black and the white in some of our society. So he was very pathetic because of this discrimination, color discrimination. So but he feels, but when it comes to his music, he was a great artist. When it comes to music, he was a great artist. I think you might have understood well this poem. Thank you.